been a bookworm. Like I always had my nose in a book growing up. I was always at the library checking out books, you know, like 12 at a time. And for me, the important thing about reading is the building of empathy. That's so important. I think it was about 4 years ago that I was chaperoning graduation, and I was asked to supervise the room that housed the boys. Someone reached out and grabbed my rear end really hard, kind of hung onto it for a second. And so I stopped in my tracks and I turned around to see who was behind me, and it was just kind of a wall of male students. There was no way that I was gonna know who had done it. And so I just got out of there as quickly as I could. I mentioned to a male coworker what had happened, and he said, "Oh yeah, I heard about it." And I'm like, "What do you mean you heard about it?" And so he said that some of the students were talking about it. That was kind of being joked about and bragged about. I felt violated. I felt, upset by it and disrespected and kind of shocked that they would do something like that. I haven't chaperoned a graduation since. And I, pride myself on being respected in my profession. It wasn't until the Me Too movement that I decided to blog about it, but it's not something that I ever forgot. My blog is called Reading While Eating, which is really just a metaphor for all of the things that I try to do as a wife and a mother and a teacher, and trying to balance it all. Just decided to write about this when the Me Too movement happened, because people were sharing their stories, and as the mom of 2 girls, I know the day will come, unfortunately, where they're gonna have their own story. I try to prepare them for the future in many ways and tell them how the world works, but also inspire them to change it, to try and, fight the system, if you will.